They called him a smiling assassin. Outside the ring, Gennady Golovkin was soft-spoken, polite, even shy. But once the gloves went on, he became something else entirely, a machine built to break men down. And here's the scary part. For 8 straight years, no opponent could survive then. But how did a quiet kid from a coal mining city in Kazakhstan, the most feared fighter in boxing, and why did even champions hesitate? His name came up. Gennady Golovkin was born in 1982 in Karaganda, Kazakhstan, a city defined by its mines and unforgiving conditions. His father worked in those mines while his mother was a lab assistant. Life wasn't easy, but struggle builds steel. Gennady had 3 brothers, including his twin Maxim. They were inseparable, always playing sports, basketball, soccer, whatever they could get into. But boxing, that came from his older brothers, who forced him to watch the legends, Tyson, Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard. Then tragedy struck. In 1990, when Gennady was just 8 years old, one of his older brothers was killed while serving in the Russian military. 4 years later, the other was killed as well. 2 brothers gone before he turned 13. That kind of loss changes a kid forever. From then on, it was Gennady and Maxim. Both took up boxing seriously, but it was decided that only one of them would chase the professional dream. The other would stay behind to take care of the family. Gennady was older by just 15 minutes, and that made the decision for them. It was a heavy responsibility, but he carried it well. Golovkin's talent quickly stood out. At the 2004 Athens Olympics, he fought his way to a silver medal, proving to the world that Kazakhstan had produced a serious contender. 2 years later, he turned pro. By 2010, after linking up with trainer Abel Sanchez, Golovkin wasn't just winning fights. He was ending them violently. His first major title came with a 58-second knockout of Milton Nunez. That was just a preview of what was coming. In 2012, he finally got his big break in America, fighting on HBO against Grashort's Proxa. The boxing world didn't know it yet, but they were about to witness something terrifying. Golovkin walked Proxa down, broke him apart, and stopped him in the 5th round. That night, GGG wasn't just another name. He was a storm arriving. Between 2008 and 2016, Triple G went on one of the most brutal runs in boxing history. 23 straight wins, every single one by knockout. He wasn't just beating opponents, he was punishing them. Sparring partners told horror stories. Training with him at Big Bear, California meant 4-minute rounds at 10,000 feet altitude. His jab, it felt like a right hand. His body shots, they broke ribs through protective gear. Even world-class fighters described his punches as unnatural. Some called him a monster, others a boogeyman. And the scariest part? He did it all with a smile. But here's the thing, being that dominant comes with a curse. No one wanted to fight him. Why risk your title, your reputation, even your health, when a payday against someone else would be safer? Jalpras was stuck in a strange place. He had the belts, the streak, and the fear factor, but what he didn't have were the big names. Until one finally stepped up. In 2017, the fight the world had been waiting for was announced. Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez, 2 of the best fighters on the planet, finally colliding. The build-up was electric. Canelo promised fans Mexican style. GGG, with his broken English and easy grin, simply said, "This is my style too." Big drama show. When the bell rang, GGG lived up to every word. He marched forward, absorbing Canelo's best shots, and landed combinations that forced the Mexican star onto the ropes again and again. By the final rounds, the crowd knew they'd witnessed something special. Then came the scorecards. One judge had it 118-110 for Canelo, a score so outrageous it sparked outrage across the boxing world. The fight was declared a draw. Most saw Golovkin as the rightful winner that night. But boxing has always been messy, and politics often speak louder than punches. They fought again a year later. This time, Canelo stood his ground, going toe-to-toe with Triple G in a brutal war. It was razor close. Some had Triple G winning again, but the decision went to Canelo. Years later, they'd meet a 3rd time, but by then Golovkin was older, slower, no longer the unstoppable force he once was. Canelo won comfortably, and the rivalry finally ended. But here's the truth. When fans look back, they don't remember the scorecards. They remember the fear, the aura, the knockout streak that made Triple G the most avoided man in boxing. Gennady Golovkin retired with an 88% knockout ratio, the highest in middleweight championship history. He was a family man outside the ring, but once the bell rang, he became pure destruction. He reminded fans of Marvin Hagler, tough, relentless, unbreakable. A throwback to an era when fighters fought with both skill and savagery. And maybe that's why, even now, years after his last fight, people still talk about him the same way, with a mix of awe and fear. Because in boxing, legends aren't just remembered for their wins, they're remembered for the feeling they gave you. And watching GGG, the smiling assassin, felt like watching a storm roll in. You knew destruction was coming. The only question was how long the other guy could survive.